Greetings LEGO fans! Freshly added to the Star Wars lineup and latest addition to the Ultimate Collector series, for this week's build, we have the A-Wing Starfighter. This is kit number 75275 and has 1,673 pieces. And the A-Wing, while not being as well recognized as the heavily armored X-Wing or have the payload of the iconic Y-Wing, in the old X-Wing games, this was actually my favorite ship because this sleek little guy was actually the fastest. And so that I found to be a huge advantage. So I'm really hoping that once I get this thing all built, I'm really going to enjoy this ship as much as I did in the old games. But before we get to any of that, let's open the box, see what we have inside, get this build underway, so we can have a closer look at it. The A-Wing Starfighter is a sleek little ship that sets itself apart from the other small craft in the Rebel fleet. Unlike the X-Wing, Y-Wing, and B-Wing, who all look a little gritty, a little rough around the edges, they look like they belong in the Rebel fleet because they've been toyed with and fixed and they're just being held together. The A-Wing, on the other hand, it's a sleek little ship. It kind of looks like it just came off the showroom floor. And from my perspective, in this review, that works both for it and against it. Let's start off with what impresses me, because really, there's a lot to appreciate here. This ship is smooth and refined from front to back, with nice curves and beautifully angled slopes. The recreation of the ship has been done beautifully. Starting in the front, the wedge-shaped nose of the ship gently slopes up and widens as you move back over the body, past the cockpit, and back to the engines. And with some really nice building techniques, every transition along the way from one angle to another is a really smooth transition that's very pleasing to the eye. And in the back, we find more of the same. The body of this ship is flanked by two large cylindrical engines, mounted with fins above and below, that flow all the way to the back, where they end in these lovely yellow discs, which I think would look just amazing if they were lit up. And to finish off the top side, we've got the cockpit. I believe the canopy for this one is actually made specifically for this kit, so that's a nice unique piece to add to the collection. And I should warn you that it comes with 3 stickers that you have to be very careful when applying, because you put one right along the left side, one right along the right side, and then this band you have that goes over the top, you have to join those up so it lines up evenly, and it takes a little bit of finessing to get it just right, so take your time. On the inside, we find a pretty basic little cockpit, equipped with an instrument panel, the flight stick, and of course the pilot seat. And this is of course a little bit larger than minifig scale. Along each side, the A-Wing is equipped with a pair of bolster RG9 laser cannons, which are capable of rotating 180 degrees so you can fire backwards. And now coming to the bottom of the ship, there's actually nothing here. Just the one square hole which is used for mounting it on the stand, and that's about it. Which honestly I find to be a little bit disappointing. Not because I need a lot of detail in the bottom of the ship, I mean, you're not going to flip it over to look at it that often, but there's no landing gear here. And with these fins that stick down a little bit from the engine, you can't actually rest the ship on the ground. And for a UCS kit, I find that to be a little bit disappointing. I mean, they managed to do it for the Snowspeeder, the Y-Wing, so why not for this one? Now to the minifigure. If you're a collector, this is actually a kit that you're going to want to get because this one's an exclusive. This A-Wing pilot not only has a unique print on his body, but this rather unusually shaped helmet I believe is also an exclusive. So for my final thoughts on this kit, I kind of have mixed feelings, because the A-Wing is a pretty simple ship. It doesn't have a lot of extra details to show off, and what they recreated here is really true to the original. It's very sleek and I really do quite like it. But that also kind of works against it because it doesn't have a lot of those fine details to look at, cool mechanical components to explore, or those extra intricate features that are like really cool to look at on a lot of the other UCS kits. Add to that the lack of some landing gear, and I find this kit falls a little bit short of something that's labeled under the category of Ultimate Collector Series. That's not to say the ship doesn't look great on display. Whether it's hanging from the ceiling or sitting on the stand, this ship just looks great. And let's not overlook the fact that this ship has been largely overlooked by LEGO and you don't have a lot of these other sets out there, so it's nice to have something new in the mix. It should also be added this ship's actually not too bad for play. Maybe not for children's hands, I think it'd be a little large, but for adult sized hands, it's easy to grip it from a variety of angles. The construction is pretty sturdy, so it holds together pretty well, and it's pretty good fun to grab it from the back, fly it around, and shoot down those TIE fighters. If you're a fan or a collector of everything LEGO Star Wars, then you've probably ordered this kit, and I'm betting you're loving it. If you're not in this category, personally, I feel there's a lot more appeal in a lot of the other Star Wars sets out there. So, make your choice. Either way, you're gonna get the bricks, and I don't think you'll be disappointed with that.